Okay, so let's say you'd like to add additional users who can access your FlitePress library. Some of those reasons may include maybe you hired a new employee, maybe you're taking your aircraft for a C-check and you want to give a repair station access, maybe you want to give access to an avionics shop who are troubleshooting problems on your aircraft, maybe just your PMI wants to take a look at your manuals. Whatever the case may be, we want you to clearly understand the roles associated with the different levels of a FlitePress user. Now, in order to do that, we want to make it a very deliberate act on your part to add a new user. So we added a step in the process to make that happen. At the very bottom of the page, you'll notice a hyperlink that says Add New Users. This is the link you want to click to start the process of doing just that. So as we click, you're going to notice we're redirected to an Adding Authorized Users page. What you're going to notice is a list that defines all the roles for all the users of your FlitePress library. So our goal is to help you maintain control of your content. And the best way to do that is controlling who sees it, who uses it, and who can modify it. Access is really only part of the equation. So as I read along, you'll notice first thing is that administration and editorial roles are going to be restricted to FlitePress staff. At your level, you'll have the user roles that include author, a contributor, and also a subscriber. An author has the ability to author and submit posts, add drawings, approve additions or revisions to the library. An author also has the ability to submit and approve access to new users. With that much authorization power, we want to recommend limiting the number of authors to maintain the integrity of the content in your library. Director of Maintenance and maybe a crew chief are ideal candidates for an author level user. Next, you have a contributor who has the ability to submit posts, including drawings and additions and revisions. Now the difference is those have to be reviewed by an author level user. So that post isn't submitted or visible unless approved by an author level user. So that ideal candidate may include a maintenance and support personnel or a crew chief. Finally, you have a subscriber. A subscriber has the access to your library. They can print drawings, save documents, email drawings or documents within your library. Some of those folks that may fall into the subscriber category might be your PMI, maintenance and support personnel, a repair station, mod center, avionics shop, or maybe even an interior shop. Okay, so before we get to the final steps necessary to add a new user, we just need to go over a final few details on this page. First, this video that you're watching is right here on this page to review as often as needed or to refresh the steps necessary as your operation continues to grow. And finally, if you need any further assistance, you can always click this link to contact us for assistance. Okay, so let's scroll back up to the required information we're going to need to add new users to your library. So you're going to notice that we're going to need a user logon name, a user email address, a first name, a last name, and we're going to need you to define that user's role. Those of you who aren't familiar with hotkeys, the easy way to transfer this information over is to copy and paste it into the communications portal post. To do this, simply hold down the left mouse key and scroll over the information, in effect highlighting it. Okay, once you have it highlighted, you're going to want to hit the Control and C button simultaneously on your keyboard, which copies the information. Okay, so now that we have the information copied, we're going to continue on to the communications portal to paste the information and proceed to enter the answers needed to add a new user. So we're going to scroll down to the bottom of the page and we're going to click the hyperlink that says click here to add new users. So you see we're redirected to the communications portal at this point, and it's time to provide us with some direction. So in the subject line we type add new user, and then we click in the body to paste the information we copied from the previous page. In order to do that, we're going to simultaneously hold the Control and V buttons down to paste the required information. And you see that information appear. Okay, so now it's time to answer the questions about a new employee named Joe Mechanic. We're going to give Joe a logon name of J Mechanic, and his usual email address is going to be jetdrjoe@gmail.com. As we said, his first name is his given name, Joe. Last name is Mechanic. And at this point, his user role is going to be limited to a subscriber. Now, it's always good to make new employees a subscriber because you want that person to get used to the system be trained before giving him any further access, in effect controlling your content. Okay, so now it's time we have the information entered. It's time to submit the information to FlitePress and visually review the information. So we come over here to the right side of the page and we publish this post by clicking the publish key. And you'll notice that the post has now been published and we can visually verify the information by clicking the View Post hyperlink. And you can do a quick review of the information you entered, add new user, his logon name, his email address, first and last name, as well as his role. So at this point, someone from FlitePress is going to verify the information and contact the author via email to verify the information submitted. Once confirmation is received from the author, the user will be processed and should receive an access email with their username and password in less than a business day. So that wraps up the tutorial on how to add a new user. The information we provided here is comprehensive, so we're not going to do a full review. But remember, you can always restart this video and watch it again, or scroll to any information that you missed.